I want to leave this as a reflection question for everyone watching this episode, everyone who feels that they're in their Job season, going through grief, suffering, loss, or just sitting down asking God, why? I want you to ask yourself, what part of my life am I grieving, and how can I choose to trust God and speak hope over who I am becoming in this present season? So ask God, how can I choose to trust you and speak hope over my life on who I am becoming in this season? And a guy named Trey told me today, once you put your trust in God, the person that you was before you no longer trusted him, you will no longer be that person anymore. So ask God, how can I trust you in this season, and who am I becoming? Hey beauties, and welcome to season 2, episode 1 of the BU series. We are back, and happy new year. I know I haven't seen you guys for the new year and even at the end of Christmas. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and let's get ready for what's to come. Season 2 is about to be amazing. It's about to be crazy. It's so many beautiful things coming. Just so much. And I'm so excited. I can't wait to dive in and tell you guys more. But today it's not about me. It's about our very, very special guest. Y'all know everyone that comes on the BU series is special. So beauties, help me welcome Tianna, not Tianna Taylor, but Tianna the Taylor.
Hi. Hello,
Hey,
hello.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
That's good.
Doing good. I like your outfit.
Thank you so much.
I like the brown and green.
I try hard.
You did. Not too hard, apparently. So Tianna, let's start off with your anchor scripture. What's one scripture that's helping you either get through this current season that you're in, or the one that has helped you get through your season?
The Lord is near the brokenhearted.
Come on now.
Give me 1 second, because
Okay.
that's not it. Everybody like to pause on scripture, but
Yeah.
that's not it. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. And that is Psalm 34:18.
I like that. And why is that your anchor scripture?
When you are going through a lot in life, no matter what it is, grief of any kind, just anything, when you're just going through stuff, you feel like I'm just here by myself. And that's never the case. Physically, maybe, because, you are the only human being in this situation. Well, your specific special situation, but God is always near. And it's really easy to forget that, especially when you're either not in your journey at all to loving Christ, or you're new to it.
Yeah.
I feel like even if you're very mature in it, you sometimes get a little lost.
That is
you're
true.
in your head about everything. So
That is
that
true.
is a scripture to remember.
I like that one. I like that. And he is very near to the brokenhearted.
Yes.
And sometimes we don't even realize how near he is because we're just so broken. And like you said, we feel like we're alone in that season. But God reminds us that I'm here to help you and restore you, and just to bring that life back into your life. So I like how you explained it, and you just gave so many points to it. And every point that you gave is basically ties into our topic. And the reason why you're here, to share your story, the things that you're going through. And when we did our introductory call, like our little getting to know each other phone call, it went longer because we was, it was really good. And you was just like opening up a lot about what you went through. And one thing that you said was that you're in a Job season. And you said you wanted to read the book of Job to fully understand what that Job season is like. And something that you said that stood out to me, and it's been replaying in my mind a lot, is that sometimes we think about why things happen to us, like, God, why did you do this to me? But it's just like, what are you preparing me for?
Exactly.
So let's talk about that a little bit.
Oh, so reading Job, I'll really start from the beginning, because I am new in my journey with Christ. So I read the Bible. Well, I used to read the Bible, and that's it. If I don't understand it off rip, I don't really dig a little deeper. But now I'm learning to study the Bible. So reading Job, it's a whole nother scripture into what I'm trying to say. So like reading Job, I'm like, okay, they're telling him like, oh, you must have done something wrong. Like God wouldn't just do anything crazy to you. You must have done something wrong. All of his friends are telling him this, and he's like, haven't done anything. I love God. I'm faithful. So through all of that, at the end of it, God is just like, you have done nothing wrong, but why do you question me?
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that, but it says that. But
that's okay.
Just why do you question me?
Yeah.
That's where you fell short. You remain faithful, but you started to question why I'm doing what I'm doing. Just relax.
Yeah.
Just hold out. So
pipe down a little bit.
Just like, okay, because it's always for the greater good. And I won't even say God puts bad things in your life, because we do have the gift of free will.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he can do all he can, but at the end of the day, you have the gift of free will. So that plays a lot in, life or death, essentially. Yeah. So whether it's good or bad, and other people's free will as well affects your life. Yeah. So just all of that. And for me personally, I think about when I lost my mom.
Yeah.
Last year in June.
Oh.
I feel like that was the beginning, or at least it was clear to me that was the beginning of my Job season, because I'm like, come on, God. Yeah. My mom was 49.
Wow. So it's okay. Take your time. Take your time. It's a safe space.
Shaking back. But yeah. And I'm like, God, what was that? Yeah. Come on, dude. Oh, you're just doing anything now. So,
you said, come on, dude. Like, God is our friend.
Those are my little chats with God. I'm just like, what are you doing exactly?
Yeah.
And I was always constantly like, why? Forgetting she had free will. Not saying she did anything bad to, deserve that. But, free will, and sometimes God takes his hand off of things. Not saying that was her situation either. Yeah. Just generalizing a lot of stuff. Thank you. And, so I read Job because I honestly, on my journey to get to know Christ and everything and his behaviors, I kind of took a pause.
Yeah.
It wasn't the right thing to do, obviously, but I was like, I just don't feel like it. If I'm honest, I'm new to this journey, and now this happens, and I'm like, where are you? Yeah. Like, what? I didn't need that. Yeah. She didn't need that. It was just crazy. So I'm like, okay, let me take a break. I just simply don't feel like it. I'm not necessarily mad at God about that, or I wasn't at that time. I wasn't mad at him about it. I'm just like, okay, I don't understand anything. Yeah. So I just took a break. I took a break from reading the word and just diving in. And then I'm like, well, and during that, I'm still asking why. Like, God, why? Yeah. The big question. And sadly, you're more than likely never going to get the answer to why. No. You just continue to live out your life faithful, and you will eventually see, like, maybe that was the reason. I don't know for sure, but maybe that was the reason. But when you think about it, it's like, I mean, I still would rather have my mom. Yeah. Like, but it's just a whole grand scheme. It's a whole grand scheme he got going. And it's not for us to understand. No. It's not. So just have to be faithful and just understand. I know for a lot of people that are not necessarily, I feel like they know me, so they're probably going to watch this episode. Yeah. But they are probably not on their journey with Christ. Yeah. So what I'm saying probably sounds very like, huh? Yeah, like
rocket science.
Yeah, like no, I still don't get it. So, but there are other people that are going to understand exactly where I'm coming from, and I just want to
shine light.
Shine light on that specifically.
Yeah. But yeah. And even though you say that they might not understand, your story's your story, and the way that you navigated through it, and it's not like you fully went into a place. Some people, when God does certain things in their life, they turn away from God completely.
Yeah.
You just say, okay, God, I'm going to just pump the brakes on you really fast because I need to fully process what's going on. And it's in Lamentations. It's Lamentations 3:31 through 33. It says, even though God puts us through grief, his unfailing love and his mercy and his grace never change. So even though you went through that grief, God didn't stop loving you just because you stopped. He just basically said, daughter, when you're ready, come back and I'm here. And that's exactly what you did. So even though the ones that know you, that will watch, and they may not fully understand exactly, they're probably going to want to go read Job now, because they're going to want to say, I want to know what Job went through. Like, let me understand Tianna's season that she went through. And she had so much faith in God, and she wasn't mad at him, even though you questioned why. You just always knew the who was behind it. And even though every girl needs their mom, especially being a new mother, and it probably was difficult for you to navigate that, but you still remained steadfast and you held strong and you did not let up faith. Like, you didn't let up faith, even though that particular time you stopped and you just stayed stuck right there. You still had faith, even though your heart was hurting. You still have faith in God because you knew that he would have helped you get through that season. And that was beautiful.
Yeah,
that's beautiful. Sure. And it's going to help somebody, because some people may not have lost their mother physically, but they're grieving something. So how you navigated your grief is going to help someone else overcome that grief, whether it's like a grief of a friendship, the grief of a marriage, the grief of a relationship, the grief of the loss of a job. We all lose something and we grieve something, but how you went through that grief, it was very graceful.
Thank you.
Very graceful. And I commend you, because I probably would have lost my top. Yeah, I would have lost my top. So you did that. Before we fully go into your next question, I want to give you your flowers. Okay. So remember I said she's Tianna the Taylor. Not Tianna Taylor, but Tianna the Taylor. My girl. Okay. Do y'all remember The Boy Is Mine tour? The boy is mine. I'm not being, yeah, I don't remember the lyrics because, but she tailored, okay? Remember Tianna the Taylor tailored the costume for The Boy Is Mine tour, the red one. And I know y'all going to go and look, because Kelly Rowland had it on because she was going viral, okay? Because that body was bodying for a 40-something year old lady, 40, 50? 40, yeah, year old lady. And, let's give Tianna the Taylor her flowers. Okay. More to come. Okay. And check out her Instagram. Like I told you when we talked on the phone, you didn't know that I was following you for so long.
I know.
Yeah. Like, I love your page.
Thank
and you and your
so
husband,
much.
I showed my husband, you and your husband, I was just like, I like y'all style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
y'all do it. Y'all do it. And then when y'all put it in together, and y'all step in together and then put the baby in the mix.
Thank you.
It's giving power couple. It's giving the next industry fashion couple, okay?
Yes.
All right. And her husband's a stylist too. So shout out to you. Y'all the perfect duo. Perfect duo. Okay. So you talked about your grief and losing your mother. So what did faith look like when you lost your mother? And how did you still show up for God, your husband, and your son, even when you fully didn't understand the why?
Oh man, that was hard. Like, honestly, that was the hardest thing I probably have ever had to do. It was probably harder than birth, giving birth. But I know one thing, because honestly, my husband couldn't do anything for me in that situation, just because I was just so deep into it like that. But the main thing is I have to feed my son every day, at least 3 times. So that was the main reason I got up every day, because I literally have to go in the kitchen and make him some food, or I'm going to be convicted of murder. So.
Child abandonment.
So come on. So that was pretty much it. Like, I just knew I had to do that above all things. And I'm like, okay, I might as well eat too since I'm in here. And then it's kind of a trickle effect. But I know that kind of spoke to me, especially getting in the Word. Like, God does everything. He times everything perfectly, because my mom died when my son was 9 months.
Ooh.
So I'm like, just off the top, I'm just like, hey, my mom won't get to see me be a mom.
Yeah.
So, but I'm also like, I don't know where I would be in my grief journey if I didn't have my son. I don't know if I would have just, I probably would have ride in bed. So, and that's not healthy. So I'm like, but even further than that, I simply have no idea what my life would have looked like if I didn't have my son. I'm like, what are the odds?
Yeah.
What are the odds of just having him at this time that happens and he saves my life, essentially?
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I mean,
Yeah. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you probably would have felt like you lost your purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if you didn't have your son, that drive would have never still been there. Like you said, you would have just stayed in bed and rot. But because you had your son, you had someone depending on you, someone leaning on you. And because he was leaning on you so much, you said, I have to get up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to get up. I have to get up. Like you said, I have to feed him. I have to make sure he's okay. And with you doing that, it also allowed you to pour into yourself and make sure that you were okay.
Yeah.
And in scripture, it says, God says, my thoughts are not your thoughts and my ways are not your ways. So we never could understand why God do what he do. Like never. You just got to say like, God, I trust you. Like I trust you wholeheartedly. And I learned that today. Somebody told me today, that because I said I have a hard time trusting. Like I have a hard time trusting people because people are, but, he said to me, he said, you have to say, not that I have a hard time trusting people, but I trust God. And when you say I trust God, that trust that you no longer had, you'll feel better because the one person that you put your trust into will always show up for you. So because you put your trust in God, you were allowed to show up for your son and also show up for yourself, even in your time of grief.
Exactly.
So that was good. And how you said that you were so new in your faith and you were a little bit nervous. You talking like somebody that's been doing this for a long time, honey. Okay.
That's the main thing that has been on my mind. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just going to be so boring because... But I will say, because I am very new. Like, I've grown up in church and everything with my grandmother, but I was never... I don't want to say into it because I want to know about it, but it just seems very like, I mean, I grew up in it, so that's just where I am. But no, I recently started just diving in. So I'm like, okay, this is my own life. And, but I know there are a lot of other people that are like, I think I can give an example. When you're younger and you hear people pray, right? And they're using all the Bible terms and everything. And I'm just over here like, God, hey, so this happened today. Right. What's up with that? So, but I was thinking I had to sound churchy, if that makes sense, in order for God to hear me, but just a regular conversation. It is. It's kind of like that. It's just, just be you, just talk how you talk and don't fake it.
That's it, because nobody else could be you. And they said that God doesn't judge the outward appearance. He only sees what's inside of you.
Exactly.
So as long as your heart is pure and he knows where your heart is, your prayers are going to be answered. You doing your thing. And I felt the same way because I grew up in church too. And my grandmother, she's an evangelist. So praying with scriptures, it's like... And sometimes I'm like, God, I don't even know what to say, but I'm going to just say thank you, and that's all I can say. But sometimes you just got to pray from the heart and just move forward. Exactly. Okay, we went to that. So when your purpose becomes your ministry, even without a pulpit, how do you keep serving God in the middle of your grief and unanswered questions?
Oh, I'm in my waiting period. So that's, I remember listening to a sermon that's like, okay, I can't even quote the sermon right now, but it's just that I see it in my head. I know exactly the message that I needed to get from that sermon, but you're just in your waiting period. Like before Jesus rose from the dead, everybody was just like,
waiting.
What do we do? Granted, it was only in a couple days.
Yeah.
But they didn't know that. They thought it was forever. They didn't know anything. So I'm in that don't know anything phase. But for me, I don't know how long that's gonna be.
Yeah.
But I do feel myself climbing out of it by the grace of God, honestly. But I'm just in my waiting period.
Yeah.
And you just stay faithful.
That's
just
it.
keep doing what you're doing.
That's it. And you're doing a good thing. You're doing a good thing. I learned today that the way you serve people is the way that God is going to pour into you. And you have a ministry within itself. You could do so much with your tailor line, like so much that you can do with it. And that's really pouring into people, because, you know, when you look good, you feel good.
Exactly.
And you putting somebody together in a beautiful piece, that's ministry within itself, because they walking out looking amazing. So you don't know if that person came to you that day feeling crappy and they got the outfit that you gave them and they put it on, got their hair done, stepped out, and you poured so much into them just by that outfit, and it just changed their whole life and just changed how they felt within that moment. So everything that we do is a ministry. As long as we're serving people, it's a ministry. And even though you're in your waiting season, and they say that you're insulated, not isolated, God insulates you to prepare you for what he's doing. So you're not isolated, you're just insulated. It's like a little butterfly in a cocoon just waiting to blossom. So
I like that.
Just stay within it. Stay within it. And just stay right there in what you're doing, because it's a beautiful thing.
Thank you so
and it's
much.
not only going to bless you, but it's going to bless your family. And you're planting that seed not only into your house, but into your son. And he's going to see that mommy's doing this, and I want to do it just like mommy. He's going to come to you talking about Jesus all day.
I love it.
Singing music, singing songs.
Absolutely.
Okay, so how did you rebuild your identity as a woman, a mother, a wife, and a creative when grief forced you into a new version of yourself and God asked you to just trust him, to trust his plan, just like Job did?
I would say my friends staying in my business. So basically, just not wanting me to be alone. Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly. And I just give in to it because I didn't grow up with affection. So with them, they're the first people that are just like, no, we're going to hug you.
Yeah.
We're going to say, I love you.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, I accept that. So with that, I just accept whatever they want to do for me. Even if I'm just like, oh my gosh, don't want nobody to come over today. And they're just like, oh, we're coming over. I'm like, okay, cool.
That's good.
All
That's
right. And it's always a good situation. I'm like, wow, I'm glad.
It brings you peace.
Yeah.
It brings you peace. So let's pivot a little bit. How did you get into design? Like, how did you get into wanting to tailor?
My grandmother, she actually is not a tailor.
Okay.
But the clothes she wore to church, I just wanted to be like her for one. Pantsuits were her thing. She'll wear dresses and skirts sometimes. She just fashionista. But I was just like, okay, I want to wear. She's always tried to put me in dresses. And I'm like, no, I want to wear the pants. I want to wear the pantsuit like you.
Yeah.
But it was more so me wanting to know, how did they make that? Like, I don't even know who they were at the time. I don't know who I was talking about, but like, I just want to figure out how to make that. That's cool. And I didn't even know it was a career until high school.
Oh, wow.
Like designing. I just come from a very small town. I just know I really love clothes. I love putting on clothes. But somewhere along the way in church, I was just like, I kind of want to, like, how did they put that together?
Yeah.
I know somebody did it. I don't know who. I don't know what they're called. But I want to figure that out. So never took any further steps to figuring that out. But in high school, I'm like, oh, I have to start thinking about college and stuff. Like, what do I want to be when I grow up? And I'm like, okay, so fashion is a thing, fashion design in college. And I was, from there, I was like, okay, let's do that.
So you really enjoy it?
Yes, a lot.
So how did, like, what is it like a day to day, like somebody that's still building, like you're building right now, like you're setting that foundation for Tianna the Tailor. And what is it like just creating those pieces? Like, how do you feel like when somebody comes to you and say, this is the vision that I have, run with it?
I love it only because, well, for one, it's just like, the kind of people that come to me are people that aren't usually served correctly. So I'm the person that kind of makes up for, like, oh, let me introduce you to something for real. So that always feels good because they leave me like, oh my gosh, I've never had a jacket fit like that, or I've always had this issue with my pants, and now it's gone. So I'm coming to you from now on. Yeah. So it just feels good to know, because like you said, when you look good, you feel good, and when you feel good, you treat people a lot better than you usually would. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. It just feels great.
That's
and
good.
I love when people come to me. I love when anyone comes to me, but just putting them on to something that I personally know a lot about is just a great feeling.
I like that. And your fashion, you're like very fashionable.
Thank you.
I gotta give you flowers because I'm just so happy that I got to sit here with you. Like, I feel like I'm sitting across from a celebrity. Like, come on now.
Oh my gosh.
Because I just love your content so much. Like, I really do. Like, I really do. And when I reached out to you first, and I know I didn't follow you from the BU series page. So when I reached out to you, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna just let it sit. And then when you reached back out, I was just like, oh. I said, baby, I said, Tianna the tailor added me. He said, who? I was just like, her. I said, I've been showing you her Instagram for a long time. And he was just like, oh, that's dope. Wow. And I was so excited. Like, I was like, cause it's like, sometimes like you see people and you see, like, you have like a bright light.
Thank you.
And when you post on social media, you don't fake anything. Like, you don't fake anything. Like you said, like, all you can do is just like be yourself. And when you post on social media, you show that you're a mom, I'm a wife, and I'm also a designer, but you put so much life and light into it. And even though you were going through that grief last year, I feel like, cause I didn't even see that you were like, you didn't even show that you were going through grief. Like, you wore your grief so well. And you didn't show it at all. I feel like if it was somebody looking on the outside, looking in at you, you will feel like in those moments where you posted on social media, like you had it all together. You would have never known that it was anybody suffering, going through, feeling like they have to show up daily, because you showed up. You showed up for yourself on social media. You showed up for your brand. You showed up for your son. And you still posted like everything was okay. Yeah. So I commend you. Like, I really do commend you. Much. I do. What would you say to a young girl, or just say, like, if it was your younger self that's going through grief, what advice would you give them?
Get close to God, Tianna. I wish I would have done that so much earlier. Everything happens when it happens. So I'm glad I'm here now, but I just felt like I would have known more and I would have been prepared for it. It's like, when I don't think you should only go to therapy when something bad happens. Maybe, before, just to be prepared for it. So I feel that same way about God. So it's just like, I just wish I would have stepped up front, like, way before. Yeah, like, stuck with it when I tried the several other times. Yeah. Just stick with it.
Yeah. So you'll just tell them to just find God soon and just stick with it. Stick with it.
That's the thing.
So when you stopped, like when you took that step back, did it make you feel any different than you do now?
No. Like, I would say, so taking the step back, I needed a break. Not necessarily from God. I think he just kind of caught astray in the process. So, because I'm just like, I don't feel like doing anything that's going to help the situation. Yeah. And if I'm honest, we have time like that. Like, you have a friend, you like, okay, clearly you don't want to be helped. Like, that was me for a second. Like, let me just feel it for a minute, because when it happened, I was so, like, super tapped in on being a mom that I didn't have time to just sit there. Yeah. I wanted to lay in the bed. I wanted to just not do anything all day, like, except stare at the wall or something. Like, I don't know. But, just being forced to get out of that is just like,
it wasn't easy.
Yeah, no.
It wasn't easy.
I just had to
You
stick
did it.
with it. Yeah.
You did it. And fun fact, her baby's here. And he's
Yeah.
so cute.
I don't know if y'all hear him, but he's loud and proud. So,
Working moms. Okay. So how do you keep becoming when life breaks you in ways you never saw coming and you realize that you're in a Job season you never asked for?
I would say always remember why you even started. That's cliche, but honestly, remember why you started, and I'll keep going back to God. Like, stick beside Him.
You said that's the only answer.
Yeah, that's because I don't know. I've just been. He just saved my life. Like and I'm not trying to sound like a person that's just like, oh my God is amazing, which He is, and I literally I feel like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to be a super cliche and like scare the people off.
Yeah.
But that's how I feel, because that was such a heavy thing. I haven't, other than my grandmother, I haven't had anybody super, super close like my mom. Like my brothers are okay, my sister's okay, my dad's okay, and then my mom. So I'm just like, I've never felt that before. That was weird. But so just processing that, it was just like, yeah, that's new. So you just have to just stick beside God.
Yeah.
I wish I had a better, well, that's a great answer.
That is a great answer.
Great answer.
Yeah.
But I wish I had one that was more relatable, but still, godly. Yeah.
But that is relatable. I'm
sticking beside God.
Yeah, that's my man, and I'm gonna stick beside him.
Right, exactly. Like I don't know, because that was a major thing for me. It was major.
Yeah.
So just remember.
And I feel like through every season of grief, we have to stick beside God.
Yes.
It's like, even though, some people, like you say, it sounds so cliche. Like it sounds so cliche. Like what's the answer? Stick beside God.
Yeah.
Like, how do I overcome anxiety? Stick beside God.
I'm sorry.
How do I get through this situation? Stick beside God.
Like we can get deeper about how can I stick beside God, but so that, because that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't like about growing up in church. They'll say, oh, don't do this and don't do that. Yeah. But they fail to tell you how to not do that and how to do better. Like, so yeah, definitely can dig deeper about it. But
that's coming soon. Level. So if you want to come back for that one, you could come back for that one.
I can.
Yes. But no, it is, and growing up in church, they do make it seem as if this is the way that you're supposed to, like, even though like you're supposed to follow Christ, but it's like you can't make a mistake. Like growing up in church, that's how. And then I'm pretty sure you grew up in a church with like older Christian, like the elders. Yeah. So it was beat over your head, and you feared God. Like
the wrong kind of fear.
Yeah, the wrong kind of fear. Like, Lord, if I eat this cookie in church today and drop a crumb, you're going to come down and beat me. But God is a God of grace. Like, He's a God of grace.
He's
and
nice.
He's very, like, I feel like you, like, I wish I made this decision earlier. I got saved when I was 13. Well, I want to say like 12. And I went back into the world afterwards. But God always been there. Like I had a dream one time I was falling and Jesus literally held His hand out and catch me.
Like what?
And I would never forget that dream. And it's like how you say, like, that relationship is safe. It's a safe, like it's a very, very safe relationship. Yeah. And I love it. Like, I will commend anybody. If you are going through something, seek Christ.
Tap in.
Yeah, just go all in. Like, go all in. And sometimes, like you said something earlier that you thought it would have been boring. And people feel like when you accept Christ, it's a boring life. But it's a life of peace. Yeah. And everybody wants peace in their life. Nobody wants chaos. Yeah. But when you're out in the world, you feel so much chaos. But when you accept Christ, it's a different type of peace. Yeah. And that peace helped you get through your season of grief. And it's still helping you navigate through this season of your life right now. Because you hear big chilling.
Yeah.
You big
Very
chilling.
Much so. Yes. And I think a lot of people forget that God's will turn to your desires. So it's not like, oh, well, for some people it is, and for some situations it is, but it's not like, oh my God, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But God is tapping you on the shoulder. Like for some things it is like that, but a lot of the time you'll just like, oh, I don't feel like going out anymore. Why do I feel like that? I used to be out partying all the time. Like that's God.
Yeah. Yeah.
See how that works?
Your taste starts to change so much.
Yes.
And you even lose friends along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll lose friends. You'll lose some friends, okay?
Sure.
They will start to switch up on you. So, but it's okay. It's a life of peace.
Yeah.
It is a life of peace. And I'm happy that you have found that life. And I'm even happy that you said yes. And even though you were scared,
terrified, you may not believe it, but I don't talk a lot. So I'm just very soft-spoken in the back, chilling. Not because I'm scared. It's just, I observe a lot. I don't have much to say until I do.
Yeah.
But ask me questions. I'm an open book.
Yeah. And you gave a lot of good information that can help somebody. Like that can really help somebody. And even though you feel like you saying just trust God was just the bare minimum, that was a lot. That was a lot. Now, somebody watching this episode, or even somebody that knows you watching this episode, might want to say, I want to trust God just like Tianna did.
I hope so. Do it.
And reach out to you and say, hey, help me understand what happened here. And even though you're so new, you still have that purpose. And I think I told Chance this in her episode, but one time in church they preached and they said, even though you're in a cave, you're not out of purpose. So even though you're in your waiting season, you still have purpose. And you even being obedient and saying yes, that's going to do so much for you. Like that's going to do so much.
I'm trying to mature as a Christian. So
You putting your big girl pants on now.
I don't want to be a baby Christian. I don't want to be a baby Christian anymore.
You're putting your big girl pants on. What kind of Bible? Which Bible do you read?
It's called I can show you on Amazon.
Okay.
But I cannot remember what it's called. But it's for women.
Okay.
But my dad, he got the Bible too after I showed him. Because it just explains everything. It's not King James Version, so you're not going to be confused.
Yeah.
It's just common English.
Okay.
And in the back of it, which is how I even went to the book of Job for my grief. But in the back of it, there's all these different categories that are like, oh, grief, marriage, lying, just everything. And then it has many scriptures that you can go to and read.
I like that.
And that's how I got into the book of Job.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I might as well read Job because I've always questioned, like, why do people say, oh, you need to have a Job mindset? So I'm like, okay, let me read it.
Yeah.
I read it. Oh, this is a word in itself. So I read it. I read it and I'm like, okay, so I still don't understand why people are saying you need to be like Job. Not telling me, but that's a saying.
Yeah.
Or I want to have a Job mindset. And I'm like, why do people say that? Because what I just read was not, that's just me reading, not me studying.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't want to be Job. I don't know. Because I'm reading the part where his friends are telling him like, oh, you must have done something wrong. And the word that I'm talking about that I just got out of nowhere, I was telling my husband. I tell my husband all the Bible stories that I read in my book or in my Bible. But I was telling him about Job, and I'm like, I don't know, because Job, he must. And I'm listening to the friends because I'm thinking his friends know best. So I'm telling my husband, I'm like, Job, it had to be something. Like, that wouldn't just happen to you. Like, he's missing something that he's not really thinking about that he has done. And I'm gossiping. Because that's what that was. I'm gossiping about Job to my husband. And I get to studying Job now. And then I'm like, whoa. So wait, no. the friends were wrong.
Yeah.
The friends were the ones who were wrong, telling him he has done something, which is why God is punishing you. For one, God is not that. God is not a punisher. So I'm just like, wait, I had to go back to him because I don't want you to leave and go tell somebody
that you
so I'm like, wait, Job is not who you think he is. I'm like, listen, yeah, calm down, guys. But so yeah, his friends were wrong about, Job didn't do anything. The only thing he did was question God. Why? Because Job was a faithful man.
Yeah.
He did everything he needed to do, was supposed to do.
Come on,
he brought his kids to God, like everything. And then me listening to his friends. Yeah. I'm like, you missing something. Yeah. I don't know. But no, they were wrong. And I listened and I gossiped. Yeah. And now I'm putting the word out wrong. So I'm just like, okay. So what really, the only thing he did was not trust God. Yeah. Well, not necessarily not trust him. I don't want to say that. He just questioned why.
Yeah. And it's okay to question.
He was still faithful though. Because he was telling his friends like, no, I'm faithful to God and I'm not steering away from being faithful just because all this is happening. He stayed down. Yeah. But God came back to him like, why did you question me? That was it. God was doing his own thing. He got all his stuff back. Job was blessed tenfold. Yeah. So I'm just like, that was just a word in itself. Me gossiping.
You said me gossiping. And that ties into real life.
Yeah.
We take what people say and run with it. And the whole story be completely wrong.
Running your mouth.
And the thing that I like that you did, you like Job so much. You study Job.
Yes.
Yeah,
I wanted to understand.
You studied him. Like you studied Job. It's like you and Job friends. When you make it to heaven, you're going to be like Job. Yeah, you're going to say, Job, help me understand what else happened. Yeah. Tell me more. Let's sit down and have a conversation because I want to know what were you thinking? And even he was eating out of the trash and everything. I'm actually going to send you something. My grandmother gave me a Bible from my pastor in New York that passed away, and he has notes in the Bible about Job. And then the Bible also have like a breakdown about Job, and then he have like where was Jesus a part of like Job's story. So I'm gonna send you a picture of it later. Okay, so you can have it. Yeah, yeah, because you loving some Job
because I'm like not saying like Job we here, but like I want to be where Job is. Yeah. So when something chaotic and catastrophic happens in my life, I need to know. What did you do that I do not, or I do need to get down with? Because that's crazy. Why would you do Job like that of all people? Mind you, God didn't do that. No. But, I want to understand.
It happens. And it all tests our endurance. Yes. Like, it all tests our endurance. Like, we have to continue to just run this race. Keep on running it and running it and running it and running it. One thing somebody said yesterday that I would have never thought about. So you remember how when you were going through your grief season, right? And you had to carry your son, like you was carrying him on your back. That was the thing that kept you going to get through your grief. They said that the same way that we carry our family on our back and we say like, this is my family I'm carrying on my back. I gotta keep on going. That's my motivation. It's the same way we gotta put our faith on Jesus. Yes. And not in him, but on him. They said when we put our faith on Jesus, he gonna carry whatever storms we're going through. And we gonna know that because he's carrying us and he's carrying our situation, whether it's our grief, our financial problems, our business, whatever it is, we're going to make it to the other side because we put our faith on him. So we don't got to worry about nothing now. So it's like your grief, you carried your son through that grief, and now you have God carrying you through this season of your life.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So, and it's so important to put it on him because culture is always like, God, see what I'm going through? He could just help. Yeah. Like, no. He gave you free will. He's not going to attack you. To give you something. Yeah. He's not. You have to go to him. And that's just as simple as that.
And just wait. I remember I was telling you about the ministry of tears. And I'm going to talk about that soon. But you planted a seed. Your tears were seeds that you planted. And your faith is the soil that you planted it in. And now you just waiting on whatever God's going to do with it to just help you grow and just get through it. And this is all a part of your season of becoming. So now you're fully becoming her, healed, empowered, and restored. And once you get through that, baby, you about to be out here preaching. So let me tell you about Job, okay? I'm going to tell you it my way.
Yeah, honestly.
You're going to be you're going to be Tianna D. Taylor, the mini evangelist, okay?
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you what not to do, and I'm gonna tell you this way, okay? I'm gonna tell you in a way that you can understand it, and somebody's gonna hear it, and now people are gonna want to go read Job to fully understand the story because of how you broke it down. Because the way you said it, I never read the book of Job. Fun fact: I've always heard about Job's story, but I've been literally scared to read it. I've been so scared. I don't know why. Though. I don't know why, but now I want to go read it. I want to know Job's story because I've been through a Job season, baby. I lost it all, and honey. So you did good with that one, and now more people are going to want to read Job and understand Job. So want to understand Job's story. So when they're going through something, they're not going to ask God why. They're just going to trust Him, and they're not going to think about what did I do. But God, what are you doing?
Exactly.
Ooh, come on.
You see that full circle?
Yes.
You see it?
Oh my gosh. Like what happened here? Holy Spirit dropping words in this, okay? Do you have any last reflections before we wrap up?
No, not off the top of my head.
You sure?
I think I touched on some stuff.
We did. Okay, so let the viewers know where they can find you.
Okay, so you can find me on Instagram at Tianna with 2 N's, Tianna the Taylor, all together. You can find me on YouTube at Tianna the Taylor. A lot of fashion stuff going on over there. And TikTok, I think also Tianna the Taylor, but you'll find it on my Instagram if that's not the one.
Okay, and I'm going to drop all of it too. And I'm going to follow you on YouTube too, because I didn't know you had a YouTube.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I love that. That's the way to go. Okay, honey. Okay. So, beauties, y'all have it here. This is Tianna's first interview. Okay. And she sat down with the BU series first. So now everybody else reach out and get with my girl. Okay.
Yes.
I always leave you guys with a call to action. And based off of your questions, Tianna, and when I was studying your episode, I wanted to do something a little bit different. I was going to ask you this question, but the girl that's helping me with the BU series, she told me to tailor it a little bit.
Okay.
So I want to leave this as a reflection question for everyone watching this episode, everyone who feels that they're in their Job season, going through grief, suffering, loss, or just sitting down asking God, why? I want you to ask yourself, what part of my life am I grieving, and how can I choose to trust God and speak hope over who I am becoming in this present season? So ask God, how can I choose to trust you and speak hope over my life on who I am becoming in this season? And a guy named Trey told me today, once you put your trust in God, the person that you was before you no longer trusted him, you will no longer be that person anymore. So ask God, how can I trust you in this season, and who am I becoming? Y'all follow me on Instagram at the BU series. Like, share, subscribe. Follow Tianna. She's going places. Y'all saw her here first, okay? So remember the face. Alrighty. Until next time, beauties. I'm so happy that you guys came in, sat in, and watched me and Tianna's episode today. I cannot wait for you guys to see everything that's going to happen for the BU series. I'm super excited. God is working. Put your trust in Jesus. Put your faith in him. And I promise you, everything's going to work out fine. Somebody needed to hear that. I love you guys. Be you, show up for you, and be encouraged in who Jesus is calling you to be.